Hi everyone! In today's video I'm going to be doing an unboxing of this game called Stumped, a game of strategy and stuff. I got this on Kickstarter and haven't played it yet, but thought I would kind of show you the inside. And so stay tuned to see what the components and everything is all about. Okay, so here's the front. Oops, here's the back. Okay, so opening it up, we have our rule book here. I believe this is supposed to be kind of a more on the simple side of a game. Does show you how the pieces go together. So not a very long rule book, which is always nice to see, since I mainly read all of our rule books and teach them. Okay, and so this looks like to be the tree part that goes into the base. So we've got the round, the top, a wider one, and then these are probably the pieces that go here. Okay, so come in the bag that. These look pretty good quality. I mean, the holes aren't like perfectly cut out, so hopefully that doesn't affect gameplay. Here are baggies that have the bases. So, oops, let's open one of these up. And so these go in here, I would assume. Right? Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah. So maybe you might start like that, and then maybe you slowly build like this. I don't know. So it came with 4 of those because I'm pretty sure it plays up to 4 players, and those were individually wrapped. And then it's got these little nice wooden leaves in 4 different colors. So again, you probably choose what color you want to be. I am assuming, I could be wrong because I have not read these rules, but, and then, you know, let's just look at the pictures here. Looks like they just kind of go in to, there you go. That's pretty cool. That, it just gets me excited because I don't have any game that is like this. And then we also have these little wooden pieces. What are these supposed to be? 8 fruit pieces, so maybe they're little apples. Okay, so let's just, again, I don't know if I'm even doing this right whatsoever, but they're so far it's been really easy to insert these, and they're not falling out, so that's good. I know that this company was really trying hard to get really good quality pieces and making sure that they would fit appropriately and accurately. So, and then it comes with 2 decks of cards here. So, I mean, again, they kind of remind me of the Dominion cards. So they kind of have a just a nice smooth feel to them. Nothing spectacular, I would say, with the artwork. And it looks like the back is all the same. Well, that's kind of funny. Look at that granny. So some of these are repeated. Wacky Weeds, Plant Punt. That's kind of funny. Okay, so these must be the cards we get in our deck, and then I'm just curious how it all pans out with these cool trees. Anyways, I'm excited to play this one. It says 2 to 4 players, 12 and up, and time to play is an hour. So that's not too bad. Again, that's probably why I backed it. Hoping to get it played, and I will update you all on my thoughts. Okay, so I thought I'd give my final thoughts on Stumped. I'm going to start with my negatives. So the game says that it's supposed to take an hour to play, and I would say that's about accurate. If
possibly even longer. And this is, you know, a deck builder that to me should be shorter. I would say 30 minutes, maybe a little bit past that, but once you get to an hour, it's just outstayed its welcome. So for us, this game took way too long to play. I wanted the game to be over with. We played it twice. The first time around, we actually played it a few cards wrong. So we played it again, and then that's when it wasn't as much fun for me because we ended up playing the cards correctly. So gameplay was too long, in my opinion, for what type of a game it was. It's a pretty light deck building game, shouldn't take an hour. Which leads me to why it takes an hour. So you're using your cards to try to get these plant segments in order to build your tree. And to win, you want to get 10 leaves on your tree, okay? So it's, again, kind of like a typical deck builder. You start with 5 cards in your hand. You slowly buy cards from the market to try to make your deck more powerful. And certain cards allow you to get plant segments. So these are all considered to be plant segments. And once you get you have to have a combination of 3 cards. So once you get those 3 cards, on your next turn, you'll be able to add plant segments onto your tree. So this is where it takes a while, is because this game has so much take that. There are so many attack cards to the point where, I mean, I felt like more than half of the cards were attack cards. I don't know if that's the case, but there were just so many. So you can, I mean, just to even get this many can take quite a few turns, because you have to accumulate the cards. Then you've got to put the 3 matching cards in front of you, then wait till your next turn to put 2 components onto your tree, your plant segments. That can take you quite a while, and then in one turn, your opponent can play an attack card and wipe out 1 or 2 plant segment, which took you a while to build up. So it takes too long to get there. If you're really going to be attacking your opponents, it's going to take too long. I only played it with my husband. I can't imagine playing this with more people. I think it would take an even longer game. Now, there are ways to block the attacks. So in our first game, it ended up going quicker because we actually played these block attack cards wrong. So my husband had this one attack card but I right away bought me a block card to block it. Well, like a defender card. And the thing was, though, once we read the card a little bit, you know, more towards the end of the game, we realized that actually my card didn't block his attack. It just meant that when his attack happened, his attack would take effect, but my card forced him to have to discard his hand down to 3. Well, we were playing that it also blocked his attack, so then my plant segments weren't ever being, you know, destroyed, and he kept having to discard down to 3, I believe, or 2, and so it was it made it more fun for me because his attack didn't work. And then it was kind of a punishment for him wanting to attack me, which I liked that. But when we looked more, I was like, oh wait, actually that whole entire time you should have actually been removing plant segments. And now that we know, there's actually not as many that stop attacks from happening. It's more, if you're going to attack me, then go ahead and do it, but you're going to have a consequence if I play that card. Like, I don't love take that games. I don't enjoy destroying stuff. I hate when my things get destroyed. When you spend so much time building something, then to have it just destroyed like that, it gets very frustrating. So, and then if the game was short, let's say the game only lasted 30 minutes, it most likely wouldn't have bothered me that much. But because it lasted an hour, if not more, it got very old. And I just wanted one of us to get to 10 leaves so the game could be over. Okay. So those were definitely my negative. They're kind of huge negatives. Positives. It was really cool to build a 3-dimensional tree like this. I mean, just look at it. It's super neat. The components were really nice. The leaves fit into the slots really nicely. I really liked this. I don't have any game that is similar to it. So I enjoyed that part. I actually, the attacks and the defense, because there's so much defense cards, even though they're not necessarily completely defending the attack from happening, it was, when it was a shorter time span, for like the first 30 minutes, it was fun. It is fun. It's just, it starts to get old. And there's some humor in the cards, so it kind of goes with the theme. So I thought some of the cards were kind of funny, and it was fun to see. And yeah, and I liked the deck building aspect of it. I mean, it was just like any other deck builder. It kind of reminded me of Heart of Crown, because you place some in front of you and they stay there till your following turns. I guess the next question would be, am I going to keep it in my collection? And the answer for now is yes. I do plan to keep it, but with that said, my husband and I talked, and keeping it means we would have to house rule some things. So I think right away we'd either be the first one to get 7 leaves instead of 10, because it just took too long. And I almost think playing where if you have some sort of defense card, it automatically stops an attack from happening, not just gives your opponent a consequence. It actually stops the attack. That was more fun when that went on, versus the actual way that it's to be played. So I know we would definitely house roll. I would say the main reason is just because of this. This is really cool. This is super cool, and it was fun to build. It was fun to see it. There's even one attack where you try to flick your opponents, and if anything falls off, they have to lose it. That was kind of fun. It's like a cool, different, you know, attack that you can't do in other games that wouldn't have a 3-dimensional component to it. So my husband had to do it, and he tried so hard, it actually like kind of hurt his finger, and we were both laughing. So there were some fun moments. It just outstayed its welcome. I don't know if this is going to retail. I did back it on Kickstarter, and not sure there, but for now I'm gonna keep it, and we'll just see if it has staying power. Okay, so that was Stumped. I unboxed it and kind of gave you guys my quick thoughts. Let me know if you happen to back it as well. Yeah, okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you later. Bye!